What's going on, family? We back. We got the Last Dance finale, the last great shot of Michael Jordan's career. Game 6 of the 1998 NBA Finals. Let's get into it. Look at that logo, NBA Finals logo. They just got a standard one nowadays, don't they? I kind of like the old graffiti type, cartoon type stuff. For all the marbles. Jazz facing elimination. Ron Harper, yeah. Oh, Pippen on the post. Oh, last Jordan game, we didn't even get no Pippen action. He got knocked in the eye socket, got knocked out the game. Carmelo post-ups. And a John Stockton cut through. Yeah, Jordan that easy steal. He didn't need no help. Except in the 80s when they said they stat padded his books. They cooked the books. You know what I'm talking about? Little theory out there. Little theory. Jordan, too late. Yaga. Damn. I forgot his set line in this game. Everybody just remember that last shot. I thought we were about to get a John Stockton step back. I thought. We did not, though. Carmelo fade. Now, you already want the and one, huh? First shot you want to call, huh? That's how we live in Carl. Who out there actually likes Carmelo, huh? Should put that on a poll. Yeah, how you like them? That's what you get for arguing with Dick Bavetta. Wasn't no foul down there. Got knocked out of bounds and it's Bulls ball. Say something. He'll tee you up. Dick Bavetta didn't play that stuff. He didn't play it. Why weren't they posting up Ron Harper, you know? Oh, we got a little Pippen on a sec. That's buckets. Cool, coach. Y'all. Robin didn't start this game? I thought Robin was the starter for the Bulls. I didn't know they started Tony Kukoc game 6. You learn something new every day. Who knew that? I didn't. And don't be lying either. Everybody would have thought Robin was in here banging banging on, you know what I'm talking about. Guarding Carmelo. Yeah. Little back screen action for George. Jeff Hornacek. How long did they play together, Stockton and Hornacek? How many years? How many years? They're being physical down there. I see them. Not letting them cut through the paint and stuff. Damn, Tony wants the foul too. Everybody hitting the elbows, I guess. Everybody hitting the elbow. Pick and roll time. On no back screen. Fighting for no backside help. That's a good read. Give me that. Shut your ass up, Carmelo. Oh, look. Every game we watch, Pippen gets hurt. Now his back hurt. Forgot about that. I thought we was about to get a Pippen game. Nope. That back ain't no joke, though. You try to play basketball and you got a back hurt. Can't do it. Can't even function. You can't do it. Yeah, go to the bench, put your toes over your head or something. That stretch out the back, don't it? Byron Russell. That's what he was known most for his career, as being the defender on the shot, huh? Well, John Stockton even hooped in dad's shoes, huh? Golly. Oh, I got the yard work 3000s on. You saw that? I seen it. You playing in the air monarchs. He don't care. Look at being feisty under there. Look at him. Ain't gonna let you get to the spot for free, huh? Damn, Ron. Pippen can't even move. Look at him. Ugh. Give me that. Still got to steal, though. Boy. What's going on, Simon? Mr. In the bucket. I'm telling you, I swear those were the Monarchs. Didn't it look like the Monarchs on his feet? There's something wrong with your carburetor. 3000s, you know? They are comfortable, though. I did some yard work in them before, you know? I see why your average uncle wears them all the time, because them joints is comfortable. Does John Stockton like ever wear a wristband, rubber band, knee sleeve, anything in his career? He just went with the default special, the default creative player special, huh? No drip. He didn't need it though. One of the greats. Didn't need it. Huh. Huh. Oh, okay then. You better respect John Stockton. Ron Harper. Let John Stockton take you out the force. Pippen in there with his bad back and all, trying to battle. Give it to him. Give it to him. Huh. What they call that time? 3 seconds? See, kids, you don't need no bag. Just go to the basket, you know? Kids nowadays, they want to do all the Kyrie stuff with the crossover and the step backs and stuff. You know, the defense ain't changed over the years. Offense has. But at the end of the day, you just need 1 or 2 moves. They call that on the flow. That's 2 on Luka. Get him out. Get Rodman in there. Get Rodman in there. No? All right. Little down screen for your 2 guard. You love that classic 90s play. Classic. Give it to him. Damn. Huh. Huh. Fade. That's buckets. Yeah. No double, huh, Utah? You got John Stockton guard Michael Jordan in the post. No double. Not to mention he already got like a 5-inch advantage on him. No double, huh? Y'all wanted to lose. Hell yeah, you did. Double, dig, nice. Oh, come on, man. Boy, they ticky-tacky back in the day. I thought they called all the fouls in today's day. There you go. Boy got his hand wrapped up like he about to fight. Kickboxing. They called more ticky-tacks in the 90s and the 80s for that matter for them to say how tough it was. It ain't tough. Bet they call a foul right here too. Watch. Byron Russell. Yaga. Nope. Give it the ball, Scotty. You know your back hurt. Straight to the post. Gonna cut? Yeah, there you go, Tony. Got what we were doing. Huh. He fighting through it, though. Scotty tough. You love to see it. Who's number 31? Pollard? Is that who I remember that is? Bunch of walking around, pick and roll. 3-pointer. Yeah. Oh. Kind of chunk that up for grabs there. Back on the post. Post both of them. Damn, Scotty. Damn, Tony. Yeah, I guess you didn't even have to jump for the block. This is a bad pass. Take foul. Who's this brother? Keith. Thought that was Scott Pollard. That was my bad. Is this the finals? Yes, sir. Poison Dragon Slayer. This is the game 6 of the 1998 NBA Finals. Oh, here they go. They're getting tangled up. Oh, I thought that was the famous clip of them getting tangled up like 3, 4 times running down the court. The last dance, the literal last dance, right? It is. Yes, it is. He tripped him a little bit. Uh-huh. Huh. Damn, Tony. Well, you got lucky twice. 2 missed layups on you. They scared of you like you a shot blocker or something. All right, run. Back to the triangle. Throw it into Dennis. All right, never mind. Backside action. That's buckets. Yeah. Nothing. But I swear, when Jordan made it, though, it was damn near always a switch, wasn't it? Seemed like it. You don't ever remember his shots like rattling in or hopping on the rim a lot, with the shooter's touch. His shit was like splash, especially for mid-range. Huh. That's a good steal, Mike. Big guys got to keep that ball up around their chin, Get it away from them guards. Give it to him, huh? Now cut through. Ron Harper right there. Swing, swing. There he is. Yeah, a little baseline running action. This is the game Pippen said Karl Malone, that mailman don't deliver on Sunday or something. Maybe. I don't know. They played a lot of games in the playoffs on Sundays. And they played in 2 finals in a row. So it was one of them, It happened to be one of the Sundays, One of them. Oh, now you're going to the locker room. Look like you were doing fine. You got to tough that out. You got to tough that out. Jerry Sloan, one of the greatest coaches of all time. Or did he just have Karl Malone and John Stockton for their whole career? So, you never know about this. Same with Phil Jackson a little bit. When you think about it, he had Jordan. Took a little time. Then came into Kobe and Shaq. Is there really that good of a coach, or did he have just awesome all-time players? Makes you think. Also, Kukoc catching 2 missed layups is a little suck. Yeah. I love how Stockton doesn't have a direct lane. They're so quick to form their zone. Oh, he posting up Ron Harper. Fight. Good backside help. What they call this time? Legal defense. 3 seconds. That defense of 3 seconds. No, that was after this, wasn't it? That was like 2000s, wasn't it? What's going on, M. Jones? M. Jones Huncho. Oh, look at the plays. Get the Karl Malone at the high post. Got a back screen for the 2-guard backside. Caught him sleeping. Jerry Sloan is legit, though. He made the players first year without John Stockton. Okay. Boys and Dragons, Larry, yeah. I'm all about healthy basketball discussion. I don't know everything. I just like to pose questions and hear people's opinion on it. I like that, though. Oh! Tony Kukoc, the strongest man alive, knocking Karl Malone down. You saw that? Now what they call? Golly, they blow the whistle. No wonder the score was in the 80s. They stopped the damn game every other possession. Jesus, let them play. There's something like, get the hell out of my face. Let me say what I want to say. They ain't going to throw me out. Just the finals. Y'all shut up. Sit down. Yeah, tell them sit down. Shit. I got this. Jerry Sloan. They say John Stockton was a dirty player. What do you think? Every player that is of John Stockton's stature and probably athletic ability had to do a little something extra to gain an edge. I remember when I was posting up back when I was playing, I get all kind of little rib pokes and groin chops from like little guards and smaller big men when I go in the lane or posting up or so, it's in the game. I miss 90s basketball. I don't know. I don't. It's a free throw show. Final scores in the 80s and stuff. I don't know about you. But I like the little skills in my action. Huh? Post them up. Yep. Look at this. Whistle upon whistle. Simple elbow is part of the game. Yeah, it is, Poison. Yeah, it is. By today's standards, John Stockton would be a clean player. You look at somebody like Lou Dort. Nah, that's dirty. You see what he did to Jokic the other day? This ain't all about defense. I didn't see more free throws than shots so far, I think. Saw 2 missed layups, uncontested. Howard Isley. Solid backup. Throw it to Carmelo in the post. Ooh, Jeff Hornacek off the screen. Pass, cut through. Double, swing. Antoine Carr's in the game. Bang it. Fade. That's buckets. Woo, look at the big man touch. Antoine Carr. Yeah, you got to call time by Antoine Carr coming in getting bugged. You know it's about to be a bad time. He didn't care either. Look how smooth this move was, huh? One move, touch. You know, lost art. Got 2 power forwards in the game. Steve Kerr in the appearance. Bill Wennington, we out here. Post up Jordan. Everybody standing around and watch. They said hero ball started with the new guys. No. Look like they still passing it in and watching. That's good defense, Byron Russell. He played his heart out. I'll give him that. Boom, boom. Yaga. Get on the floor. There you go. Got numbers. No, it's even. Pull-ups. Yaga. Woo! Splash. Is Mark Eaton still playing with the Jazz? I don't know. I don't know if he was here at this time or not. I do not know. That's good heads right there. Posting up Bill Winston. Cut. Oh, that's a little cross screen. Boom. Give Mike the ball. Double. Nice patience there. Let the double teams fall back. Yaga. What they call there? Yet another whistle. Golly. What, shot clock violation? What they call? $18-7 and 18-17. It's almost the end of the first quarter. Golly. You're kidding. What's up, Upshift Gaming? What am I kidding about? What are we kidding about? I do say a lot of outlandish stuff. So most of the time I am kidding. But you never know. We need specifics. Pick and roll action. That's buckets. Ooh, you shoot that on the catch. Still made it though, because you're Karl Malone. Another foul. Yep. Yeah, I'm telling you. And people say they miss 90s and 80s basketball. I mean, every 80s and 90s game I've watched has been like this. Ticky-tack fouls. Stoppage and play, loose ball fouls, all kinds of stuff. They let them play way more nowadays. Way more. Bill Wennington, Yaga. That's what he was there for. The corner mid-range. Lost art. Corner 3 is what it is now. Back in the 90s and 2000s, corner mid-range. Power forwards used to love that. Charles Oakley right there, you know. Zach Randolph. They lived down there. Look, ooh, a little foul action. No? What they call? Call something on Steve Kerr? Yeah, I'm with you, Jerry Sloan. Like, what we doing? What we doing? What they call illegal defense? Golly. So much stoppage to play. I don't remember his first name. I remember Morris, though. Don't remember her first name, though. All right, let's see if we can get a possession without stoppage to play. Here we go. Give him the ball. He did all that for you to make him run through. Golly. Huh. That's buckets. No. Damn, Karl Malone didn't like that. I guess he was trying to be aggressive starting out. They got it over the 20s thanks to the free throws. I thought it was about to be 18 or 19 to 17. Pick and roll action? No. That's buckets. You can't give him that much room. You can't give him that much room, Byron Russell. I guess they didn't have a shot blocker back then. Jazz, backline. Karl Malone was never really known as a shot blocker. They ain't got no other big guy out there. But look at the Karl Malone bag, though. Look at it. Another foul. Look, and one. That might have been a foul, actually, though. That might have been a foul. That was a foul by today's standards, at least. That's Shannon Anderson. Did I get that name right? I'm just off the top. I ain't got no rosters in front of me. That's Shannon Anderson. That's his name. About to come in. Jazz robbed this game. Oh, I don't know. Maybe. We're gonna find out because we're gonna watch the whole thing. I know that. They can't even get the ball in. Here we go. They can't even. Golly, get the ball up court. Bill win it. Of course. Another stoppage. Another one. We took an over under about how many times per half it was gonna blow the whistle. Make a drinking game out of it. So what about the early 2000s? What do you mean, Drake? I love the early 2000s. Some of my favorite players of all time were in the early 2000s. You know, Vince, AI. LeBron came in 03. Kobe was in his prime, early 2000s. That's a good double. Huh? That's good D. Boy, they got Pippen in the back alley, huh? Jazz was not robbed, dear God. AI, one of the GOATs. Oh, yeah, the truth. Truth. No, 501. What are you in Little Rock? Where's my family from? The Jazz might have been robbed by Michael Jordan coming backside and slapping the ball out of Karl Malone's hands. Robbed him right there. Shannon Anderson. That's who that is, right? Nobody corrected me. Whoa. When's the last time you just saw 4 white dudes on the court, huh? Damn, man, Jordan out. You know what? Yeah. We staying true to the cause. We ain't watching no Jordan-less basketball in the NBA Finals. No, not this group of players. We're not watching them. I'm sorry. Antoine Carr. What'd I say his name was? Anthony? That's my bad. And I did say Antoine Carr. I'm talking about number 40, Shannon Anderson, right? He out there right now. That's Judd Mushler. Golly. Well, yeah, Michael Jordan, you can just put anybody on the team, huh? Let me put some respect on Judd Bushler's name, you know? I said Antoine Carr when he made that hook shot. I thought. I just said Antoine or Anthony, one of them. When the Bulls called the timeout, the score was 18-14, and Antoine Carr made that shot. I swear I said Antoine. But whatever, we're past that. We're on Judd Mushler now. Another creator player with no accessories on his body. That's how you know you was a white boy hooper back in the day. You didn't need nothing on your arms and legs. You just out there getting buckets, playing defense, making the smart play. Shannon Anderson. Yeah, there we go. I said Shannon Anderson off the top. You know the truth? I said Shannon Anderson when I saw him on the bench before he even got in the game. I said, is that Shannon Anderson? Did I say that right? And I was waiting for somebody to pop off and say it was or not. No, for a fact, that's what I said. Damn. Look good. Oh, they're trying to hurry up and get it in. I did say it right. See? I knew Bob Bartle dudes got me. What's going on, 30s, baby, 50? Tony? Is Jordan back out there? Or am I tripping? I ain't trying to watch no Shannon Anderson highlights. We got Rodman at least. Antoine Carr. Glass. Yeah. Oh, damn. Judd Mushler got it. Come on, Judd. Look at that. That's all you need. All right, get Michael back in there. How did the Jazz not go up by 25 here? Jesus Christ. Antoine Carr. See what he got on Rodman. Huh, you know I love good post game. Bang on him. Bang on him. Oh, we doubling. He liked that. Oh, damn. Antoine Carr was like that. They hit the double on him. Shot clock violation. Shot clock violation. Damn. They didn't give him no room for error, huh? I know, you can good the truth. You know, I'm just messing with you. Don't take nothing I say too serious. I ain't gonna, we all positive vibes in here having fun. We good. We good. Where's that off the ball take? Who's really ball chasing when they're all 30 up? Steve Kerr. Really ball chasing when they're all 30 and up, or oh. I don't know. I want to say it was illegal defense when they call that. Oh, they got that wrong. God damn, that ball was long gone. Look at that. Long gone. Dick Bavetta was sure it was a 24-second violation. No, he was for sure. Golly. Jordan back. I see him. That's buckets right there. Oh, good. Jeff Bushler, that's good. Yaga. I knew it. 100%. That call cost them the game. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, when you break it down to factual numbers and math, they lost by 2 or 1. It did. That shot right there. Rodman versus Malone. Double. Get back. Scramble. Double again. What you doing, Rodman? Take that charge, Luke. That could have been Luke Longley's 3rd foul. They should have been a foul. So you see how they don't call fouls and then they do call the ticky-tack stuff? Where's the consistency, First quarter, that was a foul all day. Now they ain't going to call it because they want Luke Longley to stay in the game. You can see it on the officiator's face. They didn't want to do it, but felt like they had to. No, what happened this time? Golly. I know they didn't try to call travel on Steve Kerr. Boy, he ain't out there trying to do nothing. How he traveling? Boom. Oh, they call him moving screen. He can't pivot. Steve Kerr can't pivot with the ball. Now, how he found somebody with the ball? Golly. Can't fight. Nope, that's too hard. You cannot fight in the post like that, Judge Bushler. You can't play nice, solid post defense. The ref will not allow it. Who said they loved the 90s basketball and who missed it? Who was that? Raise your hand. Let us firmly disagree that we don't want to watch this anymore in today's game. All these damn fouls. I make no damn sense. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. About to be another. Look at it. Look at this. Oh, they call travel. God, when was this game played? This was in the summer of 98. They call the travel right there. Golly, bunch of plumbers. Now, we got some greats in here, Mark. Don't be hating on Judge Bushler, though, either. That's my boy right there. He ain't no plumber. He probably the plumber CEO, but he still came in and got your buckets. Don't be hating on Judge Bushler. Let's go. Rodman down. Let's go. Get Antoine. He trailing. Yeah. Hit that thing. Yaga. That's good. Basketball. I always love these obscure players that come in and do things, This is who Jordan was against. God. Yeah. You love to see it. Jordan in post. Who was that? Shannon Anderson Gardner. Oh, lost to. Look at check the footwork. That's where Kobe got one of his moves, son. You could tell. Kobe and Jordan at the same time. The push off on Byron Russell, the missed call, higher 3-pointer, Harper's 2-point counters. 3 physical play allowed on one end, not the Bulls end to make this game a robbery. I feel you, kid. All good arguments. All good arguments. And Carmelo smiling like, yeah, they can't hold me. We got this. I never did like Carmelo. That was even before the little controversy that we learned about later. Hit Luke on the roll. Golly, you saw Luke down there. Yaga. We go. Mike wasn't a three-point shooter, but he shoot them when he needed to, which is mostly in the finals. I'm a Jordan fan. I've had to come to terms with the script since growing up. I feel you upshifting. Antoine Carr. Ooh, dang, he couldn't dunk it. Golly. He didn't need to. Antoine Carr was a total package. Mid-range, big body, bald head, goggles, banging. You know what I'm talking about? What we learned about later. The little situation he had with that underage girl in Alabama in college. I didn't even know about that when I was 16 at this time, 98. I didn't know nothing about that. Still didn't like it. How you still watch these games, man? There is new version Shay. Cause everybody got league pass to watch that stuff. What's the score? I don't know. I've been looking at chat and missing it. Because there's a lot of discourse. Sabaman Fashion. You know, let me educate the people that may not know why we're watching this. You know, there's a lot of discourse and narratives around here, like such and such couldn't play in the 80s and 90s, or they don't play like they used to in the 80s and 90s, and you know, just all kind of discussions. And I figured, you know what? Hey, I was there. Not many people were, but we will go back and watch and judge for ourselves. You know, this real basketball right here. Yeah, see, it's real. It's real. It's always been real. Every era is real. Because of how they knew how to play the game and coach the game and prepare for the game at the time. Just had two Carmelones out there with Antoine. I'm telling you, Antoine Carr. Oh, watch free throws. I know that's my boy, but we ain't watching his free throws. 35-33 is the score. Utah up by 2. Damn, look at it. That's a first quarter score nowadays. What they call there? Who fouled him? Who fouled him? Replay. I need a replay. Oh, Antoine Carr? When he hit him on the guarding Jordan, game 5. That's not bad. Byron Russell, he kind of locked him down. What are you getting foul trouble this game? Still 90s is the best game NBA. No, I'd say mid-2000s is. Mid-2000s, like 05 to 2014, 2015. 2014, 2015, that's when the three-point shot came to take over. When Steph rose to fame. But that sweet spot was like 05 to 2015. Woo, yeah, that's right. That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. And this is how you learn, especially footwork and form. Oh yeah, fundamentals was paramount in these times. Shandon Anderson. Oh, nice little pull-up floater. That looked like it was out of bounds, but you know, we'll let it slide. That's Rodman. Need his rebound stats. Boom. Screen for Jordan. Yup. Bow. Come across. Get out the way, Rodman. Clear out the lane. Skip. It's corner. Oh, you missed him in the corner. But that was good closeout by John Stockton. You saw that recovery. Oh, good spin. Good pass. Who passed that? Was that Rodman? Oh, that was Kukoc. Nice pass. It's when the eyes lock and you hit that spin on the defender. Can't breathe on Jordan. He'll get the line. I mean, it's kind of looking like. Ooh, good closeout. Good closeout. Stay on the double. You got to give a good pass there, Carl. Boy, ain't nobody jumping up to contest. Golly. Well, I guess they ain't got no shot block. Tony Kukoc, the best they got back there. How come more people didn't punish the Bulls inside? Now that I think about it, I guess they're like, they didn't have no eraser back there, no shot blocking threat. Who averaged the most blocks on the Bulls at these times? Anybody know? Kobe's average scoring era, 0309 was the best NBA in my opinion. That or pre-Curry 2010, Steve Rose with the definition of potential. Oh yeah. So we are in agreement, Upshift Gaming, at 0305 to 2015 or so. Yep. Before the heavy emphasis on the 3. Pick LaFerris said laughing disco for 250 joules. Hey, Pick, appreciate your pick. Post up Kerr. I want to see some Stockton versus Kerr action. Little scooper-roni. Little scooperoni. Give me some Curry versus Stockton. Nice cross screen there. That's a three. Yaga. Yeah. It's good action there. Feed the post, go screen. Either Dennis or Scott. I think the Bulls defense was man-to-man. Jordan Scotty, Dennis, they could lock you down. Yeah, that makes sense. If you can't get to the basket, then you don't really need an eraser back there, right? What the hell is that symbol he throwing up? Mailman was tough. He was. Terrible person, but hell of a basketball player. Best shot blocker was either Grant or Pippen. True that, yeah. And there's no Pippen. Or did he come back later? I forget about that. I watched The Last Dance once. I don't know. I don't remember if he came back at this game or not. I skip. Too many people in the lane or in the mid-range. No contests. Buckets. Golly. They used to give you wide open jumpers back in the day, huh? And LeBron still lose with Karl Malone's power forward. Why always debate GOAT Jordan? What? Still lose with Karl Malone as power forward. When did LeBron ever play with Karl Malone? Am I tripping? What are the Rick shooting percentage in the finals? What? I don't know. I don't have that on the brain. Don't have it on the brain. I know he averaged a triple-double through a whole final series, though. 6 games. I know that. Grant was on the Bulls since 93. Yep. Yeah. Ooh, Jeff Hornacek. Ooh, that was on a contest, too. What's going on, Leonard? Mailman will kill Joker. I mean, yeah, Joker don't play much defense. So, yeah, there's just not really any big men except for an unhurt Anthony Davis, maybe, or a Wemby that can challenge Joker on defense, you know? The game has changed. There's not many big scoring centers anymore. Not many scoring centers nowadays. They're all stretch forwards and rim rolling centers, you know? Yeah, they over here fighting, huh? Fade. That's buckets. Y'all. Imagine getting slapped all upside your head. You do all that, fight good on defense, and you still drain that little jumper in your face. Golly. Back at it. Huh. Look at another one. Y'all. He heating up. Heating up. LeBron played Ben Wallace, though. LeBron tough, just not in the mentality. I mean, LeBron's mentality is one of the toughest there is. You see how much pressure he had since he was 17 years old? Not many can handle that. Not many. Jeff Hornacek, Yaga. I thought he was automatic. Damn, I built a following account. Well done. So, yeah, Ben, we just in here watching games like a big old family. Appreciate you. Appreciate you tuning in. Dude. If you are new here, go on and like and subscribe so you see more of the content and more when I go live. In turn, Joker would annihilate Mailman. Yes, that is true. Joker is one of the most skilled centers of all time. Yes, he is. That is, he is. Better than 2026. What? What is this? It is most certainly not. I take great joy in watching today's basketball, but I just love basketball, period, any era. So there are certain eras that are more entertaining, but this whole like 80, 87 to basically when Magic left, 89, his years where he was about to retire. That's when it started tailing off entertainment-wise, in my opinion. 45-45 coming down to the half. Hakeem would have had a field day with your shit. Hakeem had a field day with everybody. Little cutting pass there. Hakeem had a field day with prime Shaq, prime David Robinson, prime Patrick Ewing. Like, there wasn't anybody that was guarding Hakeem all time, you know? Nobody. Not even the best center defenders in NBA history had a chance to guard Hakeem. And he showed it. He showed it. I'm 49. This is not better than the game we see now. Yeah, I agree with you, though. You see all the ticky-tack fouls, all the throwing into the post and stand around. Occasionally they'll run a set that makes you go, yeah, we like that. But other than that, it's find Carmelo on the post, find Jordan on the post, cut through, wait for them to make a move. See, look, they're about to set up Carmelo on the post now. Look at this. Here comes the cross screen. Boom. Here comes Carl. You just happen to drive. Now, that's a foul. That's what I'm talking about, Steve. Look at that. Little dudes on the court fouling the hardest. You love to see it. Bill Russell. Yeah, that would have been a matchup to watch. Hakeem versus Bill Russell. Ooh. That would have been something to watch. I need to go back and watch some Bill Russell tape, huh? Go watch some black and whiteness. That's a good pass. Go watch some black and white basketball. Y'all want to see some. I do want to go watch some. Yaga. I do want to watch some Pistol Pete soon. I realized that when Houston played the Lakers when Kareem was still playing. Yeah. Spoiler alert, Bulls. Oh, yeah. Everybody know who wins, but most people forget the ins and outs of the game. That's why we watch the entire game on here, Drew. Good to have you. Hakeem wouldn't have won that matchup. You never know. Bill Russell was a freakish athlete too, though, so it would have been a clash of the Titans. Luke Longley back in, huh? Turning face, damn, right around. Golly. So that would have been a Joker type defense right there, right around them, you know? I think Luke Longley's defense comparable to Joker's defense, don't you? Yeah, I think so. Pippen's back. They put that ice pack on there, that heat pack, right to the post so they can bang on that back. Wait, what? Why do you say it like that? Box out a rebound. Oh. Got numbers backside. Slow it up. Let Carl get, let Carl get in position. See? No, they got to make it. Oh, pick and roll. Huh. Throwing up everybody. Get that bullshit out of here. There go Pippen. The shot blocker's back. Pippen. Jordan always been that guy. Well, yeah. You think this era was on PEDs? What? I mean, in the 80s, they were. Cocaine. I mean, Schmo-cane don't want to get it, don't want to get the reach toned down because we in here talking about D-Rugs. That Schmo-Schmaine. They was on the slopes in the 80s, Pip herniated disc and still gave him it. He gave it his all. You love to see it. You had to. Okay, Tony. Okay, Tony. Oh, it says guys like Pistol Isaiah would have been better than with an Iverson cross. You right. You right. They had the original bags of the NBA, no? They invented tricks for people to emulate. They're the reason for the Iversons, the Lukas, the Jason Williams white chocolate, Pip got a bump or two at half. Yeah, I don't know. Something to take that pain away. He had something. I mean, he's still kind of stiff, but yeah, he got something. Not that Tony Montana. Yeah, that Scarface, That's a performance enhancing drug if I ever heard of one, Tim Hardaway Tim Hardaway, the killer crossover. Tim Hardaway Sr. After the expansion, this was the most watered down era of the NBA. I mean, technically it was with the expansion teams and stuff. You ever said they only took one test and muscular and bald in their 20s. What you think? Yeah? Kind of adds up, but I don't speculate on stuff I don't know very much. I let people think what they want. If you like watching 3-point shots, this is era. If you like paint, mid-range, I got your Raji. There's a little bit of everything. Teams are built different. Not everybody shoots a lot of threes. I think the difference is a lot of people can shoot threes in today's era. Back then, Luke Longley wasn't shooting no three, Antoine Carr wasn't stepping out there shooting no three. Karl Malone. Nowadays, you got 10 people on the court, maybe 8 or 9 at one time, giving both teams that can shoot from outside. Good old Aspen, yep. Good old Rocky Mountain High. You know what I'm talking about? That's what they was on. Bonjour. I missed you before it went up, but how you doing? Average NBA rookie suck. It just depends. That's a hard sample size to try to determine who sucks and who doesn't, you know? Cooper Flag and oh, you said average, yeah. I guess we're not talking about top of the draft. You're right. Basketball is more than just shooting. Yep, that is true. Yes, Penny was technically better scorer as a player. It's subjective. We never saw peak Penny. Yeah, injuries got him. Penny was one of my favorite players of all time. Also, look at the hand. That's all his knee too. Damn, they call a foul though. Golly, they call a foul though. Because they couldn't shoot. They suck. Well, yeah, they got to build skill when they come into the league. Most rookies, they were the best player on the high school team, best player on the college, so they really didn't have to develop a lot of different skills. They just did a couple of different things, and it always worked. But once you get to the NBA, everybody was the best on the high school team. Everybody was the best on the college team. And everybody's athletic as hell for the most part. So the same things that always work no longer work when you get to the NBA. That's why a lot of rookies struggle the first couple of years. Hell, Kobe didn't pop to what, year 3, year 4? Rookie year, he averaged maybe 10 minutes a game, 6 points a game, you know? So it's a different speed. Every level you go. I remember when I went from high school to college, there was a change of pace, had to adjust to. Then went from college to the ABA. I was a rookie again, had to adjust to the change of pace and fighting for minutes, you know? Every level is different. Grant Hill was cold. Oh, yeah, we're going to watch some young Grant soon, too. LeBron, Kobe, Jordan, top 3, all in that order. That's a good order. Brendan Hardaway was cold. Yeah. Bill Laimbeer, Sam Perkins shot 3. I know, yeah, they might have shot 1 or 2 every other time, but they're not putting up like 5 or 6 like a Jokic is a game, you know? Like literally everybody on the court nowadays, at least 8 of the 10 players can shoot threes at a 35% or better rate. That's why there's a lot of threes shot in today's game, because everybody is an above average 3-point shooter pretty much. You got to be to play nowadays. Dale Harris didn't give Kobe no minutes. Hell no, he didn't. I love me some Eddie Jones, though. Y'all remember him? Love me some Eddie Jones. Nick Van Exel? You might need to go back to like the 97, 98 Lakers. Check out one of them games. Them boys was cold right there. They just couldn't get over the hump. That's why they got Phil in there. Grant Hill is ball knowledge. Yeah, it is. LeBron and KD struggle every year. What? 2 of the top 6 scorers of all time struggle every year. Eddie was nice. Hell yeah, he was. LeBron not even. Oh, come on now, Adrian. Come on now, Adrian. LeBron got most points of all time. There's no debate. Yeah, that's true. Bennett Exel, well, yeah, Nick the Quick. Boy, he had a bag on him, too. His bag was nice and fundamental, too. He didn't really do no crossovers. His was like hezos and change of pace, herky-jerky type stuff, you know? He was another dude that I tried to emulate his handle. We have 4 All-Stars on that team. LeBron, top 3, just not my goal. That's fair enough. Everybody's GOAT depends on their preference of what they like in basketball players, what attributes they value, you know? Everybody's different. Yes, those 2 were nice, but Cedric Ceballos, Eldon Campbell aren't carrying to a final. Yeah, that is true. That is true. That's why they had to get in, you know, Derek Fisher in there, Rick Fox, Robert Horry, you know. They had to get them in there. Robert Horry was one of the big ones, though. He had that championship pedigree for playing with Houston, and well, yeah, he was on. He played with the Spurs after the Lakers, didn't he? Rodman was a dog. Yeah, he was. A little shimmy all left. Oh, yeah. One of the best lefties ever, in my opinion. Second was 23 for the Lakers already. I know we're talking about the mid-90s Lakers, Kevin, and how they couldn't get over the hump. Jordan, Yaga. Rodman with the rebound, of course. How is that not a foul on? Oh, here they go. They get tangled up 3-4 times right here, didn't they? Hell yeah, they did. They still down there rest. Look at them. Look at them. You love to see it. You love that. Horace was Houston. Yeah, with in the mid-90s, 94, 95. Got a couple championships with Houston. Then he came to L.A. Or he hit that big shot in the 2001 finals, game 2. What's game 2? No, game 3. To get the Lakers to win. So, yes, when they brought Robert Horry into the Lakers, that took them to another level, that championship pedigree. Against Sacramento. I was a Lakers fan since '83. Yeah. Whoa, them battles versus Sacramento, those legendary. Them and Portland. Also, remember that first they had to come back that game 7 in 2000? And then Kobe threw that oop to Shaq, and Shaq kept running down with his arms in the air. Boy, I'll never forget that. I jumped up off my couch when that happened. LeBron played 25 years. He should be all time. Actually, he's only played one more year than Vince Carter, and Vince Carter ain't nowhere near the top scorer, so. Let's not try to discredit what is obvious, you know? Oh, look at him. Look at Byron Russell. He ain't playing that. How Jordan go? You're going to shoulder him in the chest, and then Byron Russell push back, and then Jordan going to point. Boy. Oh, deceptive ass, boy. Just subbed for the first time here. Love it already. Appreciate you, Steph. Appreciate you. NBA day is power to puff compared to when Jordan played. Josiah, that dude, have you been watching how ticky-tack these fouls are? You must have just joined. This is all right. We'll get you caught up to speed. Hell yeah, we will. Yeah, I went crazy and I knew he was going to the finals. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. It was a long time coming too. That was the first time since what, 91 at that point? Do you think these Bulls could beat the Birds, Celtics, or the Lakers with Magic and Kareem? If you watch basketball and believe that, you're nuts. No, these Bulls could not. I mean, they beat, well, no. Yeah, I just flat out disagree with that. They could not. Jordan rules, Jordan best. Dennis Rodman was a machine. Yeah, he was. Jordan best. Ugh. Let's go. No, we're going to slow it down. 54-51 with halfway to go to the third. Golly. Once again, if anybody says they like this era better than the more scoring eras, I don't know what to sorry, I'm kind of locked into this two-man game with Pippen and Jordan. Ooh, that was a nice move. Yep. You got to come with the double. You can't let him get in his rhythm like that. Le flop. I guess so. Who was going to stop Kareem? The Bulls never had a center. Hey, Bill Cartwright. Oh, hitching the shot, Bill Cartwright. Oh, that's a nice little backdoor cut. And one. Robin treating NBA refs like their daycare tenants. Always kept them on alert. Kind of like Draymond Green does nowadays. I bet refs hate doing Draymond Green games. And how they hated Rodman back in the day. Had to. I'm like, God, I got to deal with this motherfucker today. Golly. Y'all want to throw him out early so he ain't got to deal with it? They probably had that discussion before. Every one of them Draymond games or Rodman games. They were like, you want to throw him out? Or are we going to let him play today? Because I ain't taking this bullshit no more. Go back and watch Dennis on the Pistons. He was an absolute defender with elite attitude. Oh yeah, we watched the Pistons versus the Lakers on the channels in the past live streams. Dennis Rodman was always full of energy and active. You ain't gotta tell me about Dennis Rodman, you know. Look up Rodman versus Shaq. I mean, we may watch a game. I don't do highlights. I make my own highlights from the games I watch. They go Rodman with the active hands right on cue. Dennis Rodman. Fun fact, me and Dennis Rodman went to the same college. Shaw, best center ever. I mean, Shaq? No. He was pretty dominant. But I don't know about best. A lot of times he took himself out the game, not working hard, came in out of shape, you know? Imagine if Shaq just had a work ethic his whole career. You think he wins more than one MVP? He won one, right? Just one? Or did he win multiple MVPs? I know he won, 3 finals MVPs? But imagine he stayed in shape, you know? The truth about Carl. Yeah, we don't, already to explain that earlier, we don't like to talk about that too much because I don't like him, you know? Like I said, terrible person, hell of a basketball player. Get back! Quit everybody reaching. Who's a better center than Shaq? Wilt? Kareem? More dominant in their primes. Who else? Jokic is getting there, honestly, just based on production. He ain't got the team success yet, but oh yeah, don't forget Akeem. Yeah, Akeem. He proved that head to head. Prime Shaq. Swept him. But in Shaq's defense, he had to go against big shot Bob. Robert Horry was catching hoops and stuff back then, guarding 1 through 5, you know? He was out here. What's going on? Tanky boss? 9213. Call you by your number. Like an inmate. Your inmate. Locked up, you won't let me out. Damn, he threw it right to Scott. He still couldn't turn around and get it back. Hurting. Hit him in the back of the hands. Still couldn't turn around and get it. The dream shake, baby. Yep. One of the most unstoppable moves in NBA history. He was a young gazelle. Yeah. Oh, get Antoine in there. Rip him off. Boy, he mad coming in. That's what I'm talking about. He's sick of this shit. Love me some Antoine Carr. And hit a 3. Hit a 3 on the last play to seal the victory against Hakeem was great. Yep. 2001 Shaq is the best center. Yeah, everybody has their peaks. Everybody has their peaks where they could be the greatest player ever for their position at one time. Hornacek, mid-range, automatic. Well, Hornacek looked like he can hardly move. But he out there still playing defense on Scotty. Mutombo was a good center. Yep, we done a couple Mutombo games. We got some old Sixers games in the live broadcast. Need to republish some of his videos and stuff, you know? Maybe. I don't know. We might leave him. Robin again, getting active. And he gave Carmelo a little butt tap, you know? A little agitation. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would have outscored Shaq, but Spencer Haywood have been stuck trying to handle Shaq on defense. Yeah. It's true. What they call that time? Back of the head action. Foul on 33. Said, I like your cut, G. Boom. Good moves. He couldn't even jump. Couldn't jump. Good job, Carl. Hakeem was a 7-foot injury. I mean, basically. 15 feet in, Hakeem was as dominant as any player all time, offensively and defensively. You know? How many defensive player of the years did he win? How many block titles did he get? Right, but we were blessed to see Kareem, Hakeem, David Robinson, and Patrick Ewing. Hell yeah, we were. All in the same little era. From what? Hakeem came in at 84. Patrick Ewing came in at 86, 87, somewhere around there. David Robinson, 87, 88, somewhere around there. Yeah, that was a hell of an era for big men. Probably the best era ever, honestly. What's your all-time starting 5? You don't think Jordan's better than LeBron? I'll tell you, my preference is LeBron. All-time starting 5. At the 1, we have Magic Johnson. At the 2, we got Jordan. At 3, we got LeBron, power forward. We got Tim Duncan at the center position. We got Hakeem Olajuwon. Yeah. Don't sleep on Robinson and Duncan. Yeah, that's why he was in my top 5 all time there, Will. Yeah, right on cue. You love to see it. We say the original Wemby equal Ralph Sampson. Yeah. Ralph Sampson was a monster. That was the original Twin Towers back in the day, weren't they? Sampson and the King doing things. Doing things. 60-60. 2 minutes left. Gotta go back to work, man. Y'all show love, sub, like, super chat. See you next time. I appreciate you being. Always a pleasure having you in here, chopping it up with you. Yeah, if you're new here, like, subscribe. We do this. We're gonna do this tomorrow, Wednesday. We got shorts coming out. Shoot it! Yaga. Antoine Carr, look at him. There ain't no foul. Steve Kerr knocking Karl Malone down on the other end. Ain't no foul. Steve Kerr strong. Underrated strength. Underrated strength. Jorgoot. I love a king, but I put Shaq in my starting five. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because Shaq is dominant as hell. It's hard to argue. You tweaking Prime Jordan is beating LeBron hands down, dispute his gambling addiction. I don't know. I don't know if you've seen 2018 LeBron and what he was doing to people. Trolling people playing them left-handed just because he could, you know? But again, who you like is mainly preference. I prefer LeBron. Yes, I does. Who had 7 rings during the Jordan era? Big shot, Bob. Yeah, he does. Steve ain't never been strong in his life. I mean, he knocked Karl Malone down earlier. He got to be some kind of strong. Dennis Rodman got 5 rings. Hell yeah, he does. I don't care about ring culture, though. I tell you what my eyes tell me as a player. A lot of stuff goes into winning. Team, coaching, NBA landscape, you know? Who you going against? John Sally was the first guy to get 3 rings for 3 different teams. Oh, yeah, John Sally. He was young and spry in them Detroit days. I was surprised when I watched him. I watched the game a couple weeks ago where they played the Lakers, 87, I think it was. Was it 87? 88? John Sally was out there moving. That's a good foul. Good foul there. Now, that's a foul. Enough of that ticky-tack stuff. LeBron, soft-hearted. How you figure that? How you know what another man's heart is like? You ain't been through what he been through. Climbed the heights that he didn't climb. You know? We don't judge people about that. Kobe did the fadeaway left-handed three-pointer. Yeah, he did. The original Spider. MJ would have won more with that Heat team LeBron had. I don't know. Different era. Different era. I mean, we just watched a game. 2011 game. What was that, game 3 we watched? No, that was game 2 we watched last week. Boy, you saw the defensive effort on both sides on that game. And no, it was not LeBron's fault they lost that game either. We're going to go back and watch every one of them losses and try to pin what happened on who. Chris Morris was a nice touch of the New Jersey Nets. Derek Coleman and Kenny Anderson. Oh, Kenny Anderson back in the day. Oh, he was another shifty little dude, you know? He was almost like him and Nick Van Exel was he was like the right-handed Nick Van Exel, you know? Oh, was Kenny Anderson left-handed? Am I tripping? LeBron took the Cavs. How many years on the shows? I mean, yeah. What, 8 straight finals appearance? Nobody ever did that except Bill Russell. 8, 9 straight. Just happens he ran into, what, the greatest shooter ever. Then arguably the greatest scorer ever teamed up with the greatest shooter ever just because they had LeBron, you know? People don't take that into context, but I will. Once again, it's a team game, though. Kenny Anderson left. Yeah. I figured he was. That's why I instantly made the comparison. I'm like, yeah, he was kind of like Nick Van Exel. Yep, it's because he was a lefty. Was the East weak or was LeBron that dominant, you know? That's what we need to ask ourselves. Antoine Carr with the yams. I missed it. I guess that's what I get for paying attention to chat, you know? Who's number 31, brother? Somebody give me a name. Somebody give me a name for number 31 on the Jazz. LeBron was at his prime. Yeah, he was. 2018, I think, was his absolute peak. All next guards, Mark Jackson, Rod Strickland, Ken. Yeah. All NYC guards. Yeah. All of them nice. Young Mark Jackson was a problem too. One thing I'm noticing is this era goes back and forth down the court without scoring more often than they do now. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. That's why it's almost 60 to what's the score now? It's not even 70 points scored on either team before the fourth quarter starts, 80 something points. Good stuff. I'm out. Appreciate you, Adrian. Appreciate you stopping by. You have a good day. Yeah, definitely a slower pace in this era. What was the lowest scoring game of the past like 3 finals, huh? That's a good question to ask. And the AI agent, Because it seemed like they ended up in the 80s a lot in the 90s. Howard Isley giving Steve Kerr that work. You saw that? Utah Jazz number 31. Adam Keefe. Appreciate you, Reed. I have no idea who that was. He does not ring any bells in this old ass mind of mine. There's a lot of names up there too. Like I remember Shandon Anderson. I remember, what's his name? Adam Keefe. Nope, didn't remember him. Today's the first time I've ever seen him in my life, and I watched this series live at 16 years old. Basketball soft now, all about three. Nah, it's not soft. Not soft at all. Just more skilled. And everybody is able to shoot the three. I explained it a little bit earlier. Steve Kerr off the pick and roll, huh? Shoot it, Dennis. See, that's a shot. That's a three-pointer. There you go. Yaga. I told you, Dennis. I got faith in you. That would have been a 3 in today's game, But that was a long 2 from a questionable shooter. Willie Anderson, Shannon, older brother. Yeah. Who do you see checking D-Rose in this area? They have problems checking Steve French. Yeah, it's true. I mean, any quick guard. You tell him, Adam. Yeah. Adam got to go out the game so he can go and do somebody's taxes. It's tax season. In the past 2 years now, we've had over 50 players average 25 points in every history. It's not skills, it's rule changes. I mean, I disagree with that. Joktan. More skilled, more space. Everybody can shoot it a little bit. There's space to drive and do all that stuff more. You know how hard it is to guard somebody in all the space with no help? Do you know how hard that is? I do, because I had to do it. It's difficult. And that was a defensive stopper. I guarded people like Darren Williams growing up. Keith Langford, Rashard Lewis. These are people that I grew up around and had to guard. You know how hard it is to guard somebody when the next help defender is 15 feet away? Do you know? I know. So no. This is not a rules change. These are NBA players that are very skilled. Adam Keefe polite like Tom. I'm telling you, yeah. I mean, Adam Keefe looked like he had a little edge to him right there. Tom didn't say a word. Keith Langford, Kansas, yes. He went to North Valley High School. Yes, I played him in high school. During the season and in the summer league. Saw him multiple times a year, and I was the defensive stopper for my team, and I had to guard him. So, yes, I know all about left-handed Keith Langford. So when I tell you that these players are more skilled nowadays and it's harder to play defense, it's not that no defense is playing game. It's not that no defense is being played. It's just harder to play because there's more space out there. That's a fact. That's a fact. 98% of players in this era are from America or something like that. Yeah? There's a little sprinkle of European dust on a few franchises, and some didn't have any. Nowadays, every team got at least one, right? Every team got to have at least one European, right? At least. Maybe even 2. Chris Jackson. Oh, y'all. I thought Darren Williams from rest. Nope, he went to the Colony High School in DFW, Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. Yep. Played my last high school game against him and Bracy Wright. They were on the same team. Next year, they made it to the state semifinals. Lost to Brian my senior year, and then they I don't know what they did after I left, but Darren Williams went to Illinois, Bracy Wright went to Indiana, and the rest is history for Darren Williams, you know. Very little Petrovic. Yeah. Drazen. Need to watch some of his games. They said he was a dog. I've never seen him play live. I mean, I've seen highlights, of course, but you know, I like to watch whole games, see the nuances, see how they move off the ball, how they cut, how they play defense. Oh, that's good hands, John Stockton. Get on the floor. Yeah, let's go. Damn, Rodman. Oh, he's going to trip. Hell yeah, Petrovic was nice. I'm going to go back and watch. I think the Nets got a game or something on. I got some old game footage on. I'm going to go watch it. How was that a foul? What they call there? It looked like, oh, was that just backcourt? No, Utah ball still. Woo, look at them Jordans right there. The black ones. Drazen Petrovic got 40 on Kenny Jesman. Vertimatic. Yeah, he did. Petrovic was nuts off the ball. Yep. I'm going to go back and watch. We're going to watch. We got a lot of games to go back and watch, you know? Huh. Damn, Antoine, I thought he was going to make that. What score? 70-67. Boy, it was 60-60 with 2 minutes left in the third. In 6 game minutes since then, there's been that many points scored. There's a 3. There you go. Today's game was like 24-hour fitness pivot. Definitely not more skill. Today's big man can't reverse pivot, drop step, or face up without traveling. Today's guards have no handles. I don't know what game you're watching, David, but that's not the game. That's not the NBA today, you know? When you say guards have no handles or big men have no, that's not what it is. That's not the NBA. What they call there? Yet another foul. He played for Portland in the NBA Finals. Drazen did. Tracy McGrady playing, and let's talk about in this era, like modern era or the 90s. Tracy McGrady is one of those unicorns that could play in any era. Injuries got him as well. I think he might have had he had an MVP on his way if he didn't get the injuries. Drazen played for Portland in in 91 when they played the Bulls? I'm about to go watch that whole series then. Yet another. That was actually a foul, though. That was a foul. I wasn't no ticky-tack. Carl, a dirty player. Carl's a dirty human. Yeah. Yeah, Drazen with 10th man in 1999 Clyde Drexler. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Danny Ainge. I love watching me some old Danny Ainge footage. He never backed down from Mike. And he gave him the business a little bit back in 86. Was that the game we watched? We watched that game. That game that Mike scored 63 against the Celtics. That's in the past live streams tab also. T-Mac should have stayed in Toronto. I was saying that when we were watching the Sixers and the Raptors. If T-Mac was still there playing with Vince, I think they might have went to the finals and played the Lakers that year. I think he should have. But, you know, that's kind of like the Harden thing. I don't think he rises to the star he was if he doesn't leave. Kind of like if Harden didn't leave OKC, we wouldn't have got Houston James Harden, you know? Sometimes you got to go shine yourself. T-Mac leaving Toronto broke my heart. Oh, you're a Toronto fan? Yeah. I was a huge Vince Carter fan ever since he was at North Carolina. Then he said he and Clyde Drexler tried to get Coach Adelman to play Drazen Petrovic more minutes in Portland. Yeah. It's hard to say what goes through a coach's mind when it comes to giving a guy minutes and another guy. Damn, Scotty, I know your back hurt, but get out the way. Yaga, Jordan got to work. Get your hobble ass up out of there. I'm from Toronto. Okay, then. Makes sense. Checks out. At least y'all got y'all ring, no Kawhi. Thank you. They should have paid him that $8 million. But yeah, they should have. Hell yeah, they should have. Getting crunch time. Chicago up 174-73. Antoine, shoot that thing. The hell with Carl. But they triple team. Look at the no space. No space. I guess triple team work. Double team don't. They can pass out of that, but you get three dudes over there. Ain't no passing out of that. Jordan in the post on Hornacek. Cut through. No double. No double. Why aren't we doubling? See? They need to right there. Golly. Let the bodies hit the floor. Jordan Young and Kobe after hitting that shot. Yeah, I seriously doubt that. Drew, I like it. I was a Damon Stoudemire fan growing up. I think if he stayed with Toronto with Vince and T-Mac, also wanted Damon in New York, though. I feel you, Scott. Damon Stoudemire, yeah, he was a baller, too. He went to Arizona, didn't he? Fresh out of Arizona. Yeah, that would have been a healthy trio right there. Golly. I like them old Raptors jerseys with the cartoon Raptor. They shouldn't have went away with those. Again, no double. Yaga. Damn, didn't need the double at this point. Make LeBron and the Heat happy. Yeah. Huh. Oh, good hand, Scott. And look, I call the foul. Golly. But they said the modern era is soft. They'll call everything back then. Those were the years Toronto couldn't keep anyone. Yeah. Toronto's a huge, pretty city, isn't it? I don't know. I wouldn't mind staying in Toronto, you know? I don't know. I guess everybody's different, though. Everybody's got different aspirations of where they want to. Soft and charming. Yeah, these calls is... You sneeze on somebody. Oh, they saw the mist. It's a foul. Damn, you had 39 in game 5. Golly. Modern era sucks. I disagree. We done with the 90s. I mean, it is kind of hard to watch. I mean, we're sitting at 70-something points with, look at this, 75, 74. Almost halfway through the fourth. Golly. I don't know how we've suffered through this so far, you know? Maybe because the name of Jordan, you know? Ain't been nothing spectacular. That's buckets. Yeah. Damn. We've seen Jordan miss his last 4 shots in a row. But we're still watching. Oh, that's a good string, Antoine. Ugh. John Stockton, mid-range. They hate on us, Isaiah Thomas, but he drafted Stoudemire, Camby, McGrady, and Carter in Toronto. Yeah. I think that was, he was one of the best player-turned-executives in NBA history. I don't know about player coaches, but executive-wise, he was up there. Going under every screen, Curry would be launching. If you know, this is true, B. Millie. This is true. But at the same time, after, you know, I would think after, you know, like 10 games, if they were playing a hypothetical season, you know, they would, even did that like 10 games, they'd be like, all right, we got to get up on this guy out there. You know, they would, you know, I think they'd adjust, make it a little tough on him. But still, he's the greatest shooter ever. So he would have got his. This is grown man basketball. Ain't no easy buckets out there. I don't know. I saw some uncontested missed layups earlier. But we down the stretch, though. We'll see. Curry better. Zeke did a great job in Indiana. Didn't do a great job in Indiana? Oh. What years was he there? Maybe he was just still living off his Toronto success. That's revisionist history. This era wasn't as rough as they say. I grew up watching all this mess. I laugh when young people talk like they knew. Yep, this is true, though. That's what I say. That's one of the main reasons we go back and watch. We see with our own eyes. We don't let the Stephen A's and the Kendrick Perkins and the lot say, hey, back in the 80s, they were scared of Michael Jordan. I ain't seen one person back down from Michael Jordan so far. They all wanted to fight this man. Danny Ainge was the main one. You saw Byron Russell just push him. Like, these dudes wasn't scared. I mean, they might have got beat basketball-wise, got scored on repeatedly, but they wasn't scared. That's why we go back and watch for these bullcorn stuff that these shows be trying to push on us. We go back and watch. below mid-range. Load management made this era soft. I still don't think it's soft, but load management got players like KD and Steph and LeBron and everybody's James Harden playing until they 36, 37, 38. Anybody want to guess when Allen Iverson was done? Around 34, you know? Average NBA career used to, when was Magic done? He was what? Before he had to retire or whatever, when was Larry done? Around 34, 35, you know? The defense looks messy. I mean, it's just, they're jumbled up. Ain't no spacing. That's why it looks messy. Look at all the Bulls. They're huddling around the lane. You couldn't do that in today's game because everybody can shoot. That's a charge. That's a charge. Give them the charge. That's why it looks messy. You got the Bulls are lined up with one person in the circle, two people on the block, two people on the elbow, because that's where the Jazz players are lined up offensively. I'm not believing any old head no more. I mean, and that's why we watch. We watch with our own eyes. We don't let these TV people that get paid to say outlandish stuff. Just come watch a game with your old uncle, and we'll decide for ourselves, you know? That's why they had to put the Bulls for games played to win awards. Now, I'm not against that either, you know? I'm not against it. Can't play 50 games and be the MVP of the league when you're missing almost half the game, you know? The greats put in more work in a shorter career span. Yeah. I mean, these guys put in a lot of work nowadays. And Shaq was notorious for not putting in work, you know? I mean, we heard about some players' late night escapades, off the court escapades a lot back in the day, and they didn't even have social media. You got social media nowadays, and you don't hear about these players, you know, leaving strip clubs and casinos and stuff. You know, that shit would be everywhere, you know? You don't see it. So I don't know about I might disagree with they put in more work back in the day. I'd be mad if I spent $500 on taking my favorite player didn't play. F load management, yeah. I ain't spending $500 on no ticket though either. The most I spent was $800 and something. I took my son courtside to watch the Mavs Rockets. Saw KD up close, you know. M33 sent happy poop for 10 joules. You know what? I'm gonna take them 10 joules and I will have me a happy poop later. You know, thank you. That's what made Kobe so mad. Exactly. See, I don't know about the more work, you know? The toughest teams were the 80s Celtics, Lakers, Pistons. The 90s were nearly as physical. They just lived off that old nostalgia. I mean, I got live games that we watched from the 80s too. They weren't necessarily tougher. The refs were, because I shot a hell of a lot of free throws. I tell you what, it was worse than this. I think that game that Jordan scored 63, he shot 22 free throws himself. Along with the Celtics shooting the shitload of free throws. So, Yaga. Little mid-range from Carl, no contest. Where's the defense? Where's the defense? That's a light defense to be so low scoring. I think they was just missing shots back in the day. They accomplished more in normal career span. Michael Jordan played every game. My money wasn't wasted. Neither did Kobe. Yeah, true. That is true. That bullshit out here. Tell him, Antonio, where's that foul at? Got another foul. See? I don't see nothing tough about that. We got wide open jumpers. No contest. Yaga. Yes, they did shoot like 150. Hell yeah, they did. Players before don't start very early to train, be a freshman nowadays, 4 or 5 years old. They start training to become freshmen when they reach their peak about it. That is true. That's something I've waited, most would say too long to start working out with my son basketball wise, but I'm on that train. You start training these kids when they 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everybody's going to break down by the time they're 16, 17, 18, 19. That is something I will get on board with. Too much training too early. You come to me and say you want to train. I'm not going to say, hey, we're going to this workout 5 days a week after school, after you've already practiced with your team. No. We got to stay healthy for the long haul. A lot of people don't remember the Bulls don't even want Michael to play. They were trying to tank to get the #1 pick. Yeah, I don't remember that either. It's good to know, though. Good info. Good fun facts. We're coming down to the clutch, though. Huh. Good defense, Byron Russell. Utah up 2, minute and a half left. Let's see what happens. 2010 was best basketball in terms of defense. The average score of games was around 85-9, and Kobe averaged 35 of them. Yeah, that's a pretty good era. I think that fits into my golden age era. If you extended 5 more years to 2015. Like 2000 to 2015 is like the best eras of basketball, in my opinion. John Stockton, Yaga. Oh, if that would have went down, we might have been looking at a game 7, you know? Because getting 6 points in a minute is looking a little charged. I mean, it looked like he was there, but, you know, I guess he didn't take it square. He didn't take it square. That's why all these load management happen, because their body is already broken and just want to prolong their career for money. Yeah, that's a factor. Definitely a factor. Oh, he took it with the shoulder. He leaned over. You got to take that like a man, John. You would have probably got the call. You got to take it like a man. Bad Boy Pistons with Rodman was fire. Yeah, I got one of their games on the channel, on the past live screen. We'll watch one of them. And when I tell you there was hard fouls to be had, there absolutely was not. There was not one hard. Well, there might have been one hard foul. That was it. We even watched the Pistons versus Jordan when they eliminated him in Chicago. Wasn't that one hard foul? Somebody lied to us. Somebody lied to us. They said the Bad Boy Pistons was just punching people when they went to the rim. Wasn't one punch thrown. I tell you what. They lied to us. That's why we go back and watch the games. All right, what's the score? Tie game, minute left. Here we go. Let's lock in, people. Let's lock in. Break this down. Got back screen for Karl Malone from Hornacek. Rodman on the post. This one Jordan comes. No, this ain't when he comes back door and gets it. Post, double, skip. Nice. Does he make it? Yaga. He does. Was that a 2 or 3? Is that a 3? That's good basketball right there. Back screen, feed the post, cut through, double comes, find where the double came from, skip it, knock down a shot. Simple basketball. Always works. Always works. Oh, was he on the line? They ruled out a 2 or 3. He said, any bets? Reggie Miller was a bad boy. Yeah, I need to go watch some 90s Reggie Miller. Hell yeah, I do. Hell yeah, I do. Are we trying to decide if he was on the line or not? Look at him. He got the Monarchs on, brother. The Air Dad 3000s. You mow your lawn 30% faster with them shoes on. 1G on the Bulls. Dennis Rodman won 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards in Detroit. Yeah, he deserves it too. Young and spry, Dennis. You got games when the Bulls played the Supersonics for a championship? Not yet. We're going to watch them too. Gary Payton was one of my favorite players of all time also. Oh, nice little drive there. Oh, this is where he steals it, huh? Glenn Rice was scored. Hell yeah, he was. Oh, that little cross scheme for Karl. Jordan stays and steals it. Yep. That was a good read by Mike. Hold up. Hornacek didn't notice that he stayed, did he? Has his back to him. Yep. So he could not alert him. He couldn't say wolf or nothing. Had his back to him. That was a good read by Mike. Here we go. The shot. Huh. Woo! Was that a push-off? Was it not? I know it was nothing but net. I bet if you was under the basket and you heard that thing go through the net, you was like, splock up, you know? Or the softest of yagas. Like, yeah. You know? That's how that net sounded. Golly. We'll talk no shit, then la la. Yeah? One of the greatest trash talkers of all time. I think that's when you look up the word swish in the dictionary, they should have a picture of that shot right there. That thing said, lock up. You know, how you spell that? That first man looks like he crossed him over, but then the replay saw the push off. Yep. And seeing as though they had no replay or they couldn't slow it down or nothing, in real time, it looked like crossover. In real time. That's just a good move. Look at this. Splock up. Look how the net just jerk up through the hoop. No push off 3 plays, or you see Russell slip the exact same way in the opposite direction. No, fair enough. Ugh. I think the key is the flex of the left arm as he has his hand on Russell's buttocks, you know? That's how you got to analyze that. If he was using strength to push him, or was his hand just gently setting on his cheeks, you know? That defensive play was so smart by him. It was. And Hornacek had his back to him, so he couldn't even say, wolf, wolf. Karl Malone would have turned and instantly threw to Hornacek for an open jumper. Definitely not a turnover. Yes, that was poetry in motion. Cuddy rail. Hey, yeah, it was. They drinking Michael's secret stuff, or whatever it was, Space Jam. What was it? No, Ray Allen, the real swish. I don't know. It's hard to beat that one right there. But Ray Allen was a pure jump shooter, too. Push off, and that was a Jordan fan coming up. Yeah. So Jazz down 4 here. No, they're down 1. All they needed was 1 bucket. The left hand was on his ass. So push off. Jazz down 1, 5.2 remaining. I don't even remember the play they ran, huh? Boom. Little pick and roll. Oh, damn. That was an ill-advised shot right there. Why'd he go for 3? 6 of them. Let them know, Mike. That's 6. That's number 6. That's number 6. That play, though. Let's go back. Why John Stockton do that? Did he panic? Why didn't he run the pick and roll there? So he got it here. He just shot it. He didn't give a chance to pick and roll or nothing. He didn't need a 3. Anyway, John Stockton hit that kind of shot in the Rocket Series. Yeah, he did. I remember that. Kurt won more championships. Yeah, he did win a lot. Spurs and Bulls. All right, people. What a game to watch, you know? Thank you for joining me again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Pop up tomorrow for you. We're going to watch this another. Haven't decided which one yet, but I'll be back around noon. Noon Central. 1 Eastern. Was that 10 Pacific? Yeah, I got my time zones right. All right. I'm going to catch y'all next time. Peace.